My beloved child, your mother in heaven asked Archangel Michael to bring this message directly to your spirit tonight. This is not random. This is not something you accidentally found. She has been trying to reach you for hours because there is something important she needs your heart to hear. All day your soul has been feeling pulled in strange ways. Maybe it came like a soft whisper in your thoughts. Maybe an old memory suddenly returned without warning. Maybe you kept seeing a number that carried meaning for you. None of that was coincidence. That was her reaching toward you. She prayed deeply for this moment and begged heaven to let these words find you because what she wants to reveal will bring light into a place inside your spirit that has quietly been hurting for years. I am Archangel Michael, and your mother asked me to step forward now. The warmth moving through your chest at this moment, the ache inside your heart, the sudden emotion rising inside you, that is her presence surrounding you. She is here beside you now. She never truly left. Not for 1 second. And tonight heaven allowed her to reach you because your soul is approaching a major turning point. But before you step into it, there is something she could never say before leaving this world. Something heaven itself needed to reveal. Listen closely now because she is standing beside you watching these words reach your spirit and she has cried endlessly for this message to arrive. Tell them I never went far, she said. Tell them I still hold their hand while they sleep. Tell them I still walk through their home each morning before they wake, blessing every room, praying over every doorway, speaking protection into the walls around them. That sudden chill you felt before. The moments you heard your name softly when nobody was there. That was her. She is not simply a memory now. She became an angel and her love surrounds you more powerfully than ever before. She says there are wounds hidden deep inside your spirit, wounds you buried even from yourself. But she sees them clearly and she is begging you to finally allow healing to begin because she has already seen the future waiting for you. She saw the day written in the stars for your life. And unless you release what you keep carrying, unless you finally receive the love she continues pouring over you from heaven, you may miss the blessing approaching your path. Heaven does not want you to miss it. God does not want you to miss it. And I, Archangel Michael, refuse to let you walk away from it again. Do you remember that specific moment when you almost spoke her name aloud but your throat suddenly tightened? That was not weakness. That was grief trapped inside your spirit. She felt it completely. She held you during that exact moment. And tonight she wants to release that pain from your soul. Tonight she wants you to feel her embrace once again. She says you have spent too many years trying to stay strong and now it is finally time for you to simply allow yourself to be held. I know part of you is still wondering whether this message was truly meant for you. So let me make this clear. She just showed me one of your memories. A moment from your childhood when something unfair was taken from you. She remembers the look in your eyes afterward. She said that was the first moment she feared deeply for your spirit. But now she has returned spiritually to restore the broken part of you that was lost then. And if tears are falling now or your chest suddenly feels tight, it is because she just touched your soul directly. Listen carefully to this next part with your entire heart. Push away every distraction and doubt because she said something powerful. She said you are about to be lifted higher. She said the door that stayed closed before is finally preparing to open, but it will arrive differently than you expect. It will come through a voice, a message, or a person carrying divine timing into your life. And she asked me to tell you this clearly. Do not walk away from it this time because before, fear stopped you. But now you are ready because now you know she never stopped walking beside you. If these words are touching your spirit deeply, understand this clearly. This is not merely a video or message. This is a visitation arranged by heaven itself. Your mother is not leaving until your soul truly feels her presence again. When a mother becomes an angel, her power multiplies. She no longer needs doors to enter your life. She reaches you through signs, through songs appearing unexpectedly, through dreams carrying her presence, through the scent of her perfume lingering suddenly in empty rooms. You were never imagining those things. They were real. And she says the signs are about to grow stronger, so stop doubting them. She also showed me something else. A photograph you have not looked at in a very long time. Perhaps it is hidden away in a drawer or tucked inside a box somewhere. She says to find it because when you look into her eyes again through that picture, something spiritual will awaken inside you. She says it is an activation. She says you will feel her hand resting gently on your shoulder when you do. And in that moment, your soul will know this message was real. But listen carefully because there is something urgent you must hear before the next part of your path unfolds. Someone in your life is being moved right now like a piece in heaven's design. Your mother says this person carries a message connected to your destiny, but they are frightened too. She says you will recognize them through their silence because they carry grief similar to yours. And when you look into their eyes, you will see part of her spirit reflected there. Do not run away from that connection. Embrace it because heaven is trying to restore something that once felt permanently lost. Your mother asked me to say these words slowly. You are not alone. You never were alone. Even during the moments you felt yourself drowning inside darkness, I remained beside you. I never stopped loving you. I never stopped protecting you. I saw every tear you cried and carried each one before God. Her voice shook with love while speaking those words. And yes, even angels weep when love this pure stretches across heaven and earth. Tonight heaven itself is pouring rain over your spirit, not to drown you, but to cleanse you, and child, sometimes healing begins through small faithful steps that slowly restore peace, clarity, and strength back into your life. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Because heaven is not washing away your pain for nothing. It is preparing your spirit for the peace, restoration, and breakthrough that has been waiting for you all along. To wash away the ache, and prepare you for the miracle your mother already saw approaching. The miracle you stopped believing would ever arrive. She says it is now only days away. She also says you must forgive yourself now. You have carried guilt that was never yours to hold. You keep replaying moments where you believe you failed her, but she is shaking her head gently right now whispering, "No, my child, you never failed me. You became my strength. I left when I did because your journey required wings. And now I can walk beside you spiritually in ways I never could before." And now she speaks the hardest part of this message, not because it hurts, but because the love inside these words is almost too powerful for heaven itself to hold quietly. My child, she says, I see you every day. I see how you pretend everything is fine for everyone else. I see how you laugh only to stop yourself from crying. I see how desperately you have tried staying strong because you believed that was what I wanted from you. But hear me now. I never wanted you suffering silently. I never wanted you carrying every burden alone. I want you to feel joy again. I want you to remember what freedom feels like. I want you to dance again even if nobody around you understands why. Right now she is wrapping her arms around your shoulders spiritually. If you close your eyes carefully, you may even feel warmth against the back of your neck. That is not imagination. That is her spirit beside you reminding you that love never ends, not even through death, because in heaven love becomes limitless. And now Archangel Michael speaks again with a voice carrying both thunder and peace together. You were chosen for this exact moment. This message found you through divine appointment. Your mother received permission from the highest heaven to speak directly into your spirit because your heart now stands at a crossroads. One path leads toward more pain and silence. The other leads toward awakening, healing, and resurrection. It leads toward the person your mother always knew existed inside you. Somewhere along the way you forgot who you truly were. You forgot the light living inside your spirit, the light that once shined through your eyes like morning sunlight through glass. But your mother remembers it. Heaven remembers it. And now it is finally time for you to remember it too. Because your mother showed me something more, something sacred moving toward your life very soon. A divine encounter. A moment so meaningful that the instant it happens, your soul will recognize it immediately. This is what she was trying to prepare you for. She said it may arrive through the kindness of a stranger, through a voice from the past reaching out unexpectedly, or through a dream that feels less like imagination and more like a visitation from heaven itself. However it appears, she needs you to remain open because she is guiding you toward the promise, toward the thing you once stopped believing in but never stopped needing deep inside your heart. A miracle hidden inside human form. A message carried through another person. A light capable of changing everything for you. She spoke about your hands too. She said she still holds them inside her dreams. She asked me to tell you that when you feel cold during the night, it is because your spirit is reaching into the unseen world and she is holding your hands from heaven's gate. She wants you to know there is still time left for you. Time to heal. Time to love again. Time to dream freely without fear controlling your heart anymore. Do you understand now? Her greatest wish was never for you to live a flawless life. She only wanted you to live a real one filled with courage, grace, and sacred truth. She said your tears became prayers. Every single one. Not one tear was wasted. Angels gathered them like precious stones and carried them before the throne of God as proof of your endurance. She says you are far stronger than you realize and far wiser than you believe yourself to be. And she sees all of it clearly from heaven. Tell them I am proud of them, she said. Not because they were perfect, but because they survived things that should have broken them completely. Archangel Michael watches you now, waiting for the moment you finally release the weight crushing your spirit, the guilt, the fear, the silence you carried for years. He says many burdens resting on your shoulders never truly belonged to you. Pain was passed down to you that was never yours to heal alone. And now in this holy moment, through these words, he offers to cut those spiritual cords and release the old ties trapping your soul, but only if you allow him to. So close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Let the presence inside this message wrap around your heart because angels are gathering near you now and your mother stands behind you gently placing her hands upon your shoulders. She whispers softly, "I love you. I am proud of you. Please do not give up now." She knows about the thoughts hidden inside your mind, the ones you never spoke aloud because you feared even heaven would not understand them. But she says this clearly. You are not broken. You are becoming someone new. You are shedding the identity this world forced upon you and stepping into the person heaven always saw inside you. Then she asked me to repeat these next words exactly as she spoke them. Tell them someone is coming into their life. Someone who will love them the way I always did, without making them earn it first. She says to prepare your heart because this love will heal you simply by existing near you. It will not arrive through confusion or fear. It will come through peace. And when it reaches you, your soul will recognize it immediately because it will feel like home. She also revealed something else that may surprise you deeply. She says you were chosen to help others heal through everything you survived yourself. She says your healing is not only for your own life. You are healing entire generations. You are the cycle breaker inside your family line, the light she always believed would create change. And heaven is preparing to honor that now. A breakthrough is approaching within days, but one final thing is required from you first. Surrender. The willingness to finally say, God, I cannot carry this alone anymore. That is all heaven asks. You do not need every answer tonight. You do not need to understand the entire road ahead. You simply need to say yes to the light. Yes to healing. Yes to the love that never stopped pursuing your spirit. Because your mother never truly left your side. She only transformed, from breath into spirit, from voice into whisper, from touch into wind. And tonight she stands beside you praying over your soul exactly the way she did when you were small, calling angels around you and asking God to hold you gently through this night, not only so you can sleep peacefully, but so you finally remember how deeply loved you truly are. But she is still not finished speaking. There remains one final thing she begged heaven to deliver through me. This is the reason she spent hours trying to reach your spirit. The reason Archangel Michael has circled around your soul like a guardian refusing to leave. The reason this message appeared before you at this exact time. She said tell them they are about to face a decision that will shape everything ahead. And they must choose from their spirit, not from fear. A moment is approaching your life that may seem small at first, perhaps a call, a message, a choice between leaving or staying silent, between stepping forward or holding back again. But heaven wrapped purpose around this moment carefully. And your mother already saw it. She saw the powerful version of you waiting on the other side of saying yes to your deeper calling. She saw you finally allowing yourself to be seen, to be loved, to be understood, not only by others, but by your own true self, the self she always spoke to even when you thought she could no longer hear you. She says you spent too many years shrinking your spirit to make others comfortable. You buried your brilliance because you feared judgment. But now the waiting ends. Right now she is placing a crown upon your head spiritually. Can you feel that warmth between your eyes or the tingling across your scalp? That is her presence. She says tell them I crown them with courage because the next chapter requires rebirth completely. And yes, rebirth feels frightening sometimes because it asks you to release what became familiar, even the things that once helped you survive. But she says you were never created only to survive. You were created to truly live, deeply, honestly, radiantly. And the season of waiting has ended. Angels are aligning your path now. She says tell them they no longer need to climb alone because heaven will carry them where their own strength cannot reach. Archangel Michael steps forward again, his voice calm yet filled with holy emotion. He says you forgot how protected you truly are, but heaven never forgot. Angels remain assigned to your life even now, blocking things meant to harm you, delaying certain events not to punish you, but to prepare you. The silence you feared was never rejection. It was redirection. Your mother also asked me to make something clear. She says I never blamed them, not once, not for anything. If you still carry guilt inside your chest, it is time to finally put it down because it never belonged to you. And now she stretches out her hand holding something precious, a missing piece of your soul lost somewhere inside pain, trauma, or goodbye. But heaven found it. And tonight she returns it to you. Right now your spirit is becoming whole again. And when you step outside next time, maybe tomorrow morning, she wants you to look at the sky carefully. She says it will appear different, not because heaven changed, but because you did. You will begin seeing her inside the colors, the wind, the stillness around you. She says I never stopped showing up. You simply stopped believing it was me. She also knows there is something worrying you deeply right now, something connected to finances, security, or the fear of never being enough. She asks you to let her carry those worries beside you now. Tell them I am interceding for them, she said. Tell them God is already moving things they cannot yet see. Tell them the delay was never denial. Heaven was only making space. And child, sometimes while heaven is making space for your future, it also begins guiding you step by step toward the peace, clarity, and stability your spirit has been praying for. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Because heaven was never delaying your blessings to punish you. It was preparing the right space, the right timing, and the right season for everything meant to reach your life. And yes, something is approaching your home soon, a shift, a message, a visitor, a divine interruption. But she says do not fear it. It may feel unusual at first, but it is the beginning of everything she prayed heaven would give you. There is also someone whose name has been crossing your mind repeatedly lately, someone you lost contact with long ago. She says expect that name to return soon, but this time not through pain. This time it will bring either closure or restoration. She is helping prepare that moment already. And she says trust your heart instead of your fear because your heart already knows the truth. And now as this message reaches its final moments, understand what just happened tonight. Heaven opened itself for you. The veil lifted so these words could reach your soul. Your mother used every ounce of heavenly strength she had to send this message through, and Archangel Michael guarded every word carefully. You were always meant to hear this. It was written in light long before this day ever arrived. And now there is something your mother needs you to promise her. Promise that you will not fall back asleep spiritually again. Not the kind of sleep where your body rests peacefully, but the kind where your soul shuts down just to avoid pain. Promise her you will keep your heart open. Promise her you will begin looking for her signs again. Promise her you will believe that the next miracle belongs to you, because every night she still stands beside your bed, touching your hair softly, whispering your name, asking God to pour hope back into your dreams. And she keeps repeating the same words over and over with tears of love in her voice. I am proud of you. I am so proud of you. She sees your growth. She sees your effort. She sees how you continue standing even while parts of your spirit still feel like they are breaking quietly inside. And as this message slowly reaches its closing moments, one final vision remains. She is walking beside you now. You cannot see her with your eyes, but you are going to feel her more strongly with every passing day. She became part of your soul forever now, and nothing can take that away. Not time. Not distance. Not even death itself, because real love moves beyond every veil separating heaven and earth. Archangel Michael now spreads his wings over your spirit, sealing this message in the language of heaven. He marks your home with light, your heart with peace, and your path with divine clarity. From this moment forward you will begin noticing shifts, not only around you, but deep within yourself too. The heaviness lifting. The signs returning. The grace flowing back into your life. So do not dismiss this moment. Do not call it coincidence. Call it what it truly is, a visitation, a message sent from beyond the veil, a love letter written from heaven itself. And your mother, she is smiling now. She is proud of you. She remains beside you, and she always will. She is still speaking even now, because she refuses to stop until every hidden corner of your heart hears her clearly. She knows how silent your pain became. She knows how invisible your grief felt. She knows how you kept smiling, kept moving, kept pretending everything was okay, while quietly whispering inside yourself that nobody truly understood how much you missed her. But she understood. She always did. And she wants you to know from the deepest places of heaven that your strength never went unnoticed. Every time you held back tears around other people, she stood beside you, wiping them away spiritually. Every time your hand reached for your phone, forgetting for 1 second that she was no longer physically there, she reached back through the veil. Not through body, but through soul, through presence, through light. And now she speaks something so gentle, so sacred, it almost feels beyond human language itself. She says, tell them I love them more deeply than I ever managed to express while I was on earth. Tell them I am sorry for the moments I could not be emotionally present even when I stood physically beside them. I was healing my own wounds too. But my love for them was endless. And it still is. Then she pauses softly, and the atmosphere around your spirit changes. Warmth begins building slowly, like sunrise after endless darkness. She remains beside you and starts humming quietly, a lullaby your spirit remembers even if your mind does not fully recall it. You may feel your body relaxing suddenly, almost as if a hidden part of you was finally told it is safe now. She says you have not truly rested in a very long time. Not fully. Your sleep stayed restless. Your dreams became heavy. Your heart remained alert constantly. And now she is asking God to wrap peace around you tonight like a blanket. Let them rest, she whispers. Let them place their burdens down for one night. Let them remember how to simply exist again. And you will feel it soon. Maybe tonight. Maybe during the quiet hours before morning arrives. You may feel her fingers moving gently through your hair, her energy surrounding the room, her presence lingering in the stillness. And it will not feel imaginary. It will feel true because it is. Archangel Michael smiles now because he already sees what is beginning to unfold ahead of you. He already moved ahead spiritually, clearing obstacles from your path, redirecting danger, whispering into the hearts of people being aligned with your destiny. Because this was never only about healing. It was always about realignment, rebirth, and divine positioning. Heaven is setting your life into motion again, not through struggle, but through grace. Your mother now holds a light carefully in her hands and gently places it into yours. This is for when they feel lost again, she says. Tell them to carry this light whenever darkness returns. Tell them this light is my promise that even if they forget me for a moment, I will always find them again. You were chosen for more than survival, beloved child. You were chosen to walk inside a light capable of changing other lives too. Your pain made you tender, not weak. Your tears made you wise, not broken. And now you are becoming again, this time with heaven standing witness beside you. And if lately you felt distant from faith, if you stopped praying, stopped listening, stopped believing, your mother wants you to know God never turned away from you. The silence was never rejection. It was sacred preparation happening quietly behind the scenes while she whispered your name before angels. And tonight heaven finally answered. You are going to begin noticing unusual things soon, but beautiful things. Songs arriving at perfect moments. Unexpected phone calls. Repeating numbers. Dreams feeling more real than memories. And your mother says when these moments happen, do not dismiss them. Let yourself believe again because heaven is alive within your life. And once you truly accept that, everything starts shifting. Archangel Michael now places his hand over your heart. You may feel it as pressure, warmth, or sudden peace moving through your chest. He is marking your heart with light, with remembrance, with a seal declaring this soul belongs to heaven. Your story is not finished. Your healing is not complete yet. Your mother's love did not end with her final breath. And this message, beloved child, was only the beginning. From this moment onward you will carry her not through grief, but through presence. Not through suffering, but through glory. You are no longer only her child. You became her legacy. And everywhere you walk from this point forward, she walks beside you too, unseen but always felt, silent but never absent. She remains there forever. And just now she whispered one final thing meant only for you. You made it this far, my love. Do not stop now. Keep going because one day I will hold you again and say the words I waited so long to tell you face to face. Well done. I always knew you would become everything I prayed for. And with those words she kisses your forehead gently through the veil while Archangel Michael opens his wings wide above you and heaven bows lovingly around your spirit. This was never an accident. This was a divine appointment written long before today arrived. And you are not alone. And now as her presence continues lingering softly around you like wind carrying memory itself, there is a sacred stillness filling the atmosphere. Not emptiness, but fullness. A stillness overflowing with presence. Her presence. Michael's presence. God's presence. Heaven has become quiet in this moment because it watches your soul receiving all of this. Watching your heart decide whether it can finally believe what it buried for so long. Yes, beloved child, you can. Because this is the moment she waited for, the moment you stopped pretending you no longer needed a sign. And now the sign stands before you. The message became clear. The voice from beyond the veil finally spoke with the power of angels behind it. She did not come merely to remind you of the past. She came to unlock your future. And she says you are ready now. Even if fear still lives inside parts of you. Even if tears still fall privately. Even if doubt lived inside your spirit before tonight. You are ready because heaven only delivers messages when the soul is prepared to receive them. Archangel Michael now speaks directly into your spirit. There is favor resting upon your name. There is light surrounding your path. There is breakthrough already standing at your door. He does not speak this as hope or wishful thinking. He speaks it as divine truth. A sacred appointment has already been written into the days ahead of you. You may not know how or when it arrives yet, but it is coming. And your mother already saw it. She cried when heaven showed it to her, not from sorrow, but from joy. She saw your smile becoming genuine again. She saw your laughter returning honestly. She saw peaceful nights replacing restless ones. She saw you stepping into a room, a home, or a moment where suddenly your spirit whispers, "This is what she was preparing me for all along." Because once someone becomes an angel, beloved child, time no longer limits them the way it limits us. Your mother already saw your tomorrow. And your tomorrow carries far more light than your fears are allowing you to see right now. It will not be a life without challenges because heaven never promised a road without storms. But it will be a life filled with divine timing, restoration for your soul, and grace arriving in ways you never expected. That is the promise your mother wants your heart to hold on to tonight. She just showed me a vision, something deeply personal she asked me to share with you. A box. A box you kept closed for a very long time. Maybe it truly exists somewhere in your home. Maybe it lives emotionally inside your spirit. But inside it are memories. Photographs. Letters. Pieces of pain you never fully touched again. She says the time has come to open it, not so you remain trapped in grief, but so the grief can finally move through you instead of staying frozen inside you forever. Healing is not forgetting someone you loved. Healing is learning how to remember them peacefully instead of painfully. And peace is exactly what heaven is trying to place inside your soul now. You are not cursed. You are not unlucky. You are not forgotten by God. You are being watched over, guided, and carried through every season. You have been fighting invisible battles for so long, haven't you? Smiling in rooms while your soul barely held itself together. Walking through ordinary days feeling like nobody truly understood the depth of what you lost. But now your mother says heaven is sending divine people toward your life, soul connections, conversations, and moments that will wake your spirit back up again. And you will recognize them not through appearance, but through the feeling they leave inside your heart. She says you will feel me inside them. And perhaps that is her greatest gift of all, that through people, through love, through light itself, you will begin experiencing her presence again in ways that heal the emptiness instead of deepening it. That is why you must stay open. That is why you cannot close your heart again now, because the love approaching your life carries more healing than anything you have experienced before. And before this message continues any further, one final word arrives from her, from heaven, from every angel standing silently around your spirit right now with hands pressed against their hearts honoring your journey. Thank you, she says. Not because you lived perfectly, but because you stayed. You kept moving forward. You did not give up. You continued giving love even while feeling empty yourself. You continued showing up for others even while secretly breaking apart inside. And she witnessed every moment of it. Every tear. Every sacrifice. Every decision to keep loving despite the pain. Heaven recorded all of it. And now heaven is responding. Archangel Michael leans closer one final time and says, tell them they are covered. Tell them they are called. Tell them they are chosen. And nothing, not even grief itself, can cancel a divine calling. So when you feel a soft breeze around you tonight, when your name echoes gently in silence, when you see her face inside dreams or remember her handwriting suddenly in your mind, know this deeply. It is not imagination. It is her. She is still loving you. Still guiding you. Still beside you. And she is not finished watching over your life. Not now. Not ever. She is simply closer now than before, closer than your breath, closer than stars above you, closer than your own heartbeat. So allow yourself to cry if you need to. Allow yourself to hope again. Allow yourself to believe again, because this message was never only for your thoughts. It was meant for your soul. And your soul remembers every promise heaven ever spoke over your life. And now the time has come for you to walk forward carrying peace, light, love, and her presence beside you always. And yes, the message continues because heaven still has more to say over your spirit tonight. Your mother remains standing in the realm of light, one hand over her heart, whispering softly, not yet. There is still something more my child needs to hear. She is patient beyond time itself. She knows how much your soul endured. She knows your spirit needed time before it could believe again, trust again, and open again. She knows you needed time before understanding that this was not merely words, but living light entering the wounded places inside you and turning them sacred. And now she speaks not only as your mother, but as your guardian, your intercessor, your witness before heaven itself. And this is what she wants your heart to know now. Do not rush your healing, but do not delay your rising either. You spent enough years hiding your light. You spent enough years shrinking yourself so the world would feel comfortable around you. She says, I still see the fire inside you, the fire you almost extinguished because you feared being too much for others. But heaven never saw you as too much. Heaven always saw you as chosen. And now the fire inside your spirit is awakening again. You may already feel it, a new strength, a strange courage, a quiet knowing that something within you has changed forever after tonight. That is not your imagination. That is transformation beginning. Your mother says the old version of you is ending now, the version that apologized for existing, the version that carried guilt for things never truly your fault, the version that doubted whether love could still reach you after everything you lost. That version is fading. And in its place heaven is awakening someone stronger, softer, wiser, and more connected to divine truth than ever before. Archangel Michael stands beside her now and his voice carries authority through every word. He says your spirit has survived battles nobody around you ever fully understood. Yet somehow you remained kind. Somehow you remained loving. Somehow you continued searching for light even after walking through darkness for so long. Heaven honors that. Heaven remembers that. And heaven is responding to it now. Your mother also wants you to stop fearing happiness. She says you became so used to protecting yourself from pain that you accidentally started protecting yourself from joy too. But joy is not your enemy, beloved child. Joy is part of your inheritance from heaven. Peace is part of your inheritance. Real love is part of your inheritance. And she says those blessings are moving toward your life already. You may not fully see them yet, but heaven already positioned them around your path. She showed me another vision just now. I see you standing somewhere brighter than where you are emotionally now. Your face looks lighter. Your eyes carry peace again. And there are people around you who genuinely love you without draining your spirit. She says this future is real. This future already exists waiting for you. But you must stop holding on to the identity created by grief. You are more than your pain. More than your loss. More than the nights you cried alone wondering if heaven still remembered your name. Heaven always remembered your name. Your mother whispered it constantly before God. And now heaven whispers it back over your future. She also says something important is going to shift very soon inside your home. The atmosphere itself will begin feeling different. Lighter. Safer. Calmer. You may notice yourself sleeping deeper or suddenly feeling inspired to clean, reorganize, or open windows more often. Follow those instincts because spiritually your soul is preparing space for new blessings to enter. Archangel Michael says angels are already moving through your environment carrying light into places where heaviness once lived. And this is only the beginning. Your mother smiles now because she already knows what is waiting ahead for you. She already saw the day when your laughter becomes real again instead of forced. She already saw the moment when your heart no longer aches every time you remember her name. Not because you stopped loving her, but because the love transformed into peace instead of pain. And she says that day is closer than you think. So tonight before you sleep, she asks for one final thing. Place your hand over your heart and say these words softly. Mom, I am still here. I am still trying. And I am ready to live again. Because the moment you say those words sincerely, heaven will hear them. And your mother will smile brighter than ever before. But you were never too much, beloved child. You were never too emotional, too sensitive, too spiritual, or too different from everyone else. You were always radiant, even during the seasons when you could not recognize your own light. Your mother's voice grows softer now, filled with memory, tenderness, and heaven's warmth. She says you carried a glow around you when you were very small. Maybe the world could not fully see it, but she did. She saw it in your smile. She saw it in the way you asked questions about heaven before you even understood language completely. She saw it in the way you looked toward the stars as if part of your soul already recognized them as home. She saw something angelic living inside you then, and now she watches you slowly returning back to it again. Because this message was never only about comfort. It was about return. A return to the truest version of yourself heaven imagined long before the world became loud around you. Before the heartbreak. Before betrayal. Before fear. There is still a part of you untouched beneath all of that, pure, wise, luminous, eternal. It never disappeared. And your mother says now is the time to reclaim it completely. She sees how hard you tried being the strong one for everyone else. Holding your family together. Carrying other people's pain while quietly hiding your own. But now she gently asks you this. What would happen if you allowed someone to carry you for once? What would happen if you opened your heart enough to let love return again, not through obligation, but through grace? Archangel Michael steps forward once more. His sword rests lowered now, not in battle, but in reverence toward your spirit. And when he speaks, his voice carries power like thunder yet lands softly against your soul like a heartbeat. Your next season is no longer about surviving pain. It is about restoration. Divine restoration. Not only restoration of peace, but restoration of purpose too, because you have always carried one. Your mother whispered that truth many times quietly to herself, didn't she? They were born for something greater. She always knew it. Even while life became heavy with responsibilities, schedules, exhaustion, and ordinary struggles, she still knew. And now she is calling that truth back into your spirit. She says your purpose was never about performance. It was never about becoming perfect, famous, or proving your worth to the world. Your purpose is presence. Truly being here. Allowing love inside again. Allowing others to finally see the real you beneath the masks and pain, because the world needs your light, and deep down, you need your own light too. And there is something else she wants you to hear now, something practical, because heaven moves not only spiritually, but through real-life moments too. She says there has been a decision weighing heavily upon your heart lately. A move. A shift. A conversation. Something important causing pressure inside your chest, because deep down you already know what your soul wants to choose, but fear keeps stopping you. And she says tell them they already know the answer. They are simply afraid. But I am here beside them. They will not walk through it alone. And then, with a softness so gentle it could make the stars themselves weep, she whispers 3 words again. I never left. Let those words settle fully inside your spirit now. Every time you lift your eyes toward the sky, she remains there. Every time a feather crosses your path unexpectedly, she is near. Every time a familiar scent appears suddenly out of nowhere, it is not coincidence. It is her soul brushing gently against yours, whispering, I am still here. Keep going. Because she never truly disappeared. She expanded from one human body into limitless love itself. And now you are expanding too, spiritually, emotionally, creatively, relationally. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, not a better version, but a freer one. A version no longer shaped by other people's expectations, but by the truth of who you become when heaven is finally allowed to breathe fully through your spirit. And she is so proud of you for reaching this moment. So proud of you for staying open long enough to hear all of this. So proud of you for listening instead of shutting down again when it would have been easier to numb yourself emotionally. Because something truly changed inside you tonight. Even if you cannot fully see it yet, your energy shifted. Your spirit softened. Your soul opened differently. And from this moment onward, life will not feel the same anymore. You are going to begin noticing signs that once remained invisible to you. You are going to meet people who feel strangely familiar even if they are completely new to your life. You are going to hear your own true voice again, not the voice shaped by fear or trauma, but the voice shaped by light. Because your mother continues guiding you through every breath, every step, every moment. And whenever doubt tries returning again, whenever fear grows loud, whenever silence begins hurting your spirit again, return to this truth. Return to her voice. Return to this knowing. You are loved beyond human understanding. You are seen beyond logic itself. You are carried beyond fear. And your mother remains right here beside you in the next sunrise, the next laugh, the next miracle, watching over you, smiling proudly, praying for you, and whispering softly into your spirit. You were never alone. And you never will be.